Pride Month has just started, so let's start off this month by making some progressive pride flag bookmarks. Now these are really easy to make, and also they're cute too. So let's get started, let's begin, and let's grab our materials. We are going to be starting this craft off with some watercolor paper. Go and take this watercolor paper and bring it over to the 6-inch mark on your cutter. I'm using a Cricut cutter. These are really easy for vinyl paper or anything like that, and honestly, it's one of the better ones that I have because I can get things lined up really straight. Cut at the 6-inch mark, and then from there move over to the 2-inch mark and then cut down. You're going to want to have a couple of bookmarks for this, and I just have a stack of a couple of them because I'm going to also make other bookmarks as well. I have a numbered cutting mat which I ended up getting from the dollar store, and what I'm doing is I'm lining up artist tape on here. You definitely want to use artist tape because it's the best type of tape that you can use and it's not going to peel your watercolor paper. So line it up to the 6 and also the 2-inch mark, and then from there cut off any extra pieces and remove it. This is going to be what you're going to use for your stencil of your flag. I ended up cutting a triangular piece for a guide. It's going to be a lot easier if you do, so line this up with the point to the 1-inch area. This is going to be the exact center of the 2-inch piece. Put down a dot, and then from there, create the triangles. Make sure to go and reference the flag while you're doing this so you make the proper amount. Find the center point, draw a line, and then draw more lines that are going to be the exact distance. Again, make sure to reference the flag. From there, cut out every one of the pieces. Make sure to do this slowly and keep your hands out of the way of the blade. I'm using a scalpel since it's nice and sharp and it's a thin blade. Cut out the triangular pieces, and then after you've cut out the triangular pieces, which again, take your time and really go slow with this, you want to make sure you come to a point on each of the triangles after you've cut down on one side. Again, here's another shot. Go nice and slow and use a ruler. Then take tape and put it down. This is going to help you go and move this after. Slowly peel the tape. Again, you are in no rush, so definitely take your time because you don't want everything to separate. And then from there, line it up with one of the bookmarks. Now take off the tape that is on the surface. Again, this is artist tape, so it's not really that sticky, but do keep in mind that it might peel some of the pieces down. If it does, just peel in the opposite direction and use a wiggling zigzag motion with the tape, and it should come off pretty easily. Take off the first piece and line that up on another piece of bookmark. You're going to want to continue to do this for every one of them. Paint the first color, which is going to be red. Prep every color with a little bit of water first. Make sure it's fully and totally dry, and then after it's dried, you can remove the next piece of tape. I'm just going over this a couple of times and making sure all of the edges are nice and colored. Remove the next piece of tape, and as you remove it, make sure to do nice and slow. Again, artist tape does not typically take off any watercolor paper, but the slower you go, the less chance you'll have that it takes off any paper. Remove any extra paint from this tape, and then line it up with the other piece of tape that you put onto this next bookmark. You want to keep doing this for every single piece of tape that you remove, and it should be pretty easy to just line them right up, and also, it's good to save this tape so you can continue to make more bookmarks if you want to. Go and color the next color. Again, remove the next piece of tape and then line it up again on the next bookmark that you're going to be going and making. Continue to paint in all of the colors. Continue to remove the pieces of tape. And when you get to these darker colors, which would be the green, blue, and also purple, you're going to want to use a little bit less paint starting off and then slowly darken it. You're also going to want to follow up the line on the lighter color and just follow it like you would for drawing pretty much any lines on a piece of paper. Again, make sure to go nice and slow when you're doing this. You are in no rush whatsoever to go and make these. This guide really does help to speed up the process, and it also makes the lines look a lot crisper. Wait for the green to dry, and then move on to the next color, which is going to be the blue. Now you can see here that I have a little bit of tape that actually snagged. If that happens, you can easily just go and remove this, or make it easier to remove the tape by just using the cutting tool that you used before. What I'm doing is I'm going back and forth with the cutting tool, and I was able to get it pretty quickly. Continue with all of the colors, make sure everything dries, and now for the middle portion, which are the triangles. I'm going down one. This is going to be a lot easier since there's the white one that has no paint on it up above there, and I'm just going to continue downwards with all of the different colors. You're probably going to want to do the same, and make sure to go and save all of the tape and put it off to the side as you go. So I'm painting the pink line now, And then after the pink line is nice and dry, I'm going to remove the white triangle just because it's going to make it easier and I'll be able to line up all of the triangle pieces after. So take off the top triangle, and then again what you're going to do is line up those pieces and put it onto the next bookmark that you're making. Take off the next piece of tape, go and paint that blue. Now because you're going to darker colors, what you're going to want to do is again use less paint and also try to be a little bit more precise with the lines when they butt up against any of the other colors. Now onto the brown line, and then after that is dry, onto the last line, which is the black line. This line is going to be more so free-handed. You don't really have too much of a guide. You could make a guide with a piece of tape, but you can just easily paint this in and freehand it. Wait for everything to dry, and your bookmark should look a little something like this. Thank you for watching, and happy Pride Month. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, have a great one and enjoy your Pride Month.